Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today we have 4 new budget knives that I'm going to check out, starting it off with the Ramette Peacock. And I gotta say, this thing's pretty well done, like surprisingly good. It is only $32 or $33. Comes in 3 different colors, 9CR, 18 MOV, drop point blade with a beautiful swedge. So you're gonna have a lot of, it's gonna poke really good. Then you have FRN handles. Now listen, I'm not a fan of FRN. I hate FRN, but this stuff is something different. It kind of reminds me of Spyderco's FRN. Actually, like seems exactly like their stuff, and if you know their FRN, it's like it almost feels stronger than G10, and that's the way this is. So I see this being a knife that's going to be a good work knife. It's going to be a knife you can toss around. You're not going to have to worry about if something happened to it. It's going to be a phenomenal tool. Now let's talk about the D10 in action, because it's really, really good. Super solid detent, nice stout detent, while also just being really good. I'll just break the detent really quick. So even with me lightly breaking the detent, so I can fail it, but I have to really, really try. It's difficult. So the action, perfect action. The drop on it, when you disengage it, access to the lock bar is really good, easy to drop. Very smooth. You can tell it's riding on bearings. And yeah, 9CR for $33, not too bad. Oh yeah, deep carry clip that's inset with flat screws. Yeah, man, this thing's pretty awesome. It does have inset liners too, just so you know, and that's why it's so durable. Now the downfalls, let's talk about the negatives. I only have a couple little ones. One, the centering is off, but for this style of knife, I'm not sure that's going to be so important. It is solid as a rock, like surprisingly solid. So the one other negative I have is T6s. I'd rather see T8s for the body screws, but this is such an affordable knife, I'm not even mad at it. And the sharpening tool and plunge grind is done well. So you see where they started it. You can see where they ended it, that shiny spot right there, where you see the shadow begin. That is all the steel from the edge to where the shadow ends right here is the life you have to sharpen off of your knife before it hits the plunge grind. So very, very well done. So yeah, and it's a good size. Very comfortable in the hand. I feel, because if you look at this, how it tapers right here, I feel like I could just poke the heck out of something in any grip. So, and I imagine, you know, like for utility cuts, because of the handle, same thing. You can push it down into stuff really good. Pinch grips are going to be amazing. It should slice pretty good. It is a flat grind. The geometry is not super thick. So shout out to Ramette, man. They did a good job on that one. Next is the new MIGURON liner lock PAGOS. So if you guys don't know, there is the premium version of the MIGURON PAGOS, and it is an M390 steel and with micro-milled titanium, or a micro-milled titanium frame lock. It's kind of like the tactile knives, the way the micro-milling's done. Maybe just a little bit more shallow, more knocked down. But yeah, these are really, really cool, but these ones are premium, right? Well, now we have it in a budget option with 14C 28M blade steel, and this would be a straight back blade. It's completely straight, so it's a straight back blade, so you get a lot of belly, so a lot of the work you're going to do is going to be in this area. So then you have G10 thick steel liners. That's one thing I got to say about MIGURON, and I'm going to bring up another one really quick, like the MOYARL. Nice thick liners. Look at how thick these liners are. They're thicker than most budget knives. Since I pulled it out, I might as well talk about it really quick. This is the MIGURON MOYARL. Well under $50. It's like 43 to 46 bucks. 14C 28N, titanium milled pocket clip, steel, thick boy steel liners. And amazing action. The detent is perfect. Such an easy flick with the thumb or the reverse flick. Extremely comfortable in the hand. I would say that this is possibly, it's definitely in the top 5 best budget knives of the year. 100% in the top 5. So very, very awesome knife. The titanium milled pocket clip for this price, man. A titanium milled pocket clip, 14C G10 steel liners that are nice and thick and robust. Action, Thumb stud action's really good. Detent is solid. I will say I do like these thumb studs even more than the premium ones. The premium ones are a little bit smooth to me, a little bit slick. This one, I think the detent is better, and I think the thumb studs are better. So, you know, you get an improvement on the budget version. You have a beautiful pivot collar that matches the titanium mill pocket clip, G10 backspacer. You have milling in the liners, so, you know, it brings down the weight. Good access to the lock bar. Very, very smooth on the drop. Now, the one thing is that it is thicker than the premium one. So, you know, the front flipper, you know, it's easy to get to still, but it you know, you can feel that it's thick. It's kind of a thick boy. So as far as negatives go, the one negative is the plunge grind and sharpening choil, and mostly because you can't fix it because they put the stop pin there, and it's the same thing I bitched about with this one. So it's something they should have thought about, they should have done, but they put the stop pin there, making it impossible to add your own sharpening tool and plunge grind. So when you sharpen this, it will look wonky. But, you know, with, you know, budget knives like this, it might not be as big of a deal as the premium option. But to some people, you know, they want their knife to look nice and clean after sharpening. They don't want it to look old and beat up. Not that they can't beat it up and make it, you know, look scratched up and patinaed and used. That's not the point. The point is does it look like you did a horrible sharpening job? So anyways, but you know, it's just something that will happen when you sharpen this back to here, because no matter what, this is thicker right here. I can even feel it. It's just thick right there. So this is going to sharpen back, and this is going to, it's going to be thicker right here, and it will hit all the way back to here, especially on a coated blade. But considering everything you're getting, 14C titanium milled pocket clip. I'm not sure if this is a titanium pivot collar, but it's got a nice pivot collar for $47, $48. Yeah, $47.95. Yeah. Pretty damn good deal. I'm happy with it. And, you know, it is pretty comfortable in the hand. It's a good size. You know, it is compact, but yet still a really good size. And it has an attractive look to it. So, yeah, very, very nice. Very well done. Next is the KUBEY KU104. Yes, the Avenger, the the KU104. First time I'm getting to check this out. Now, I've seen this knife on Amazon, and I've always been interested in it. Just the straight lines, the way it looks, it kind of looks like a Razel. If you guys don't know Razel by Graham Razel, but the blade is very similar to this. It's usually straight though right here, and they actually work really, really good as a knife, especially as a work knife, because you have this front end that you can use as a scraper. You can wedge it in and lightly pry things. You can use this as the tip, and you can use it pretty effectively too, especially when it's such an acute tip like this. So this is going to be one heck of a work knife, and that's where I see it. That's where I see it shining. You have D2 steel, G10 scales, steel liner, nice thick steel liner, phenomenal action, great detent. KUBEY does a really good job with their action. Deep carry clip, not in set, but you know, it is reversible, and it's very comfortable in the hand. You have plenty of jimping up the spine, but it doesn't really do anything, so I'm not even going to say there is jimping. It doesn't matter. But all in all, super solid knife for $40 you can get this for $40. So, and it comes in many, many different color options. I mean, like a lot of different color options. So, very cool. And the geometry of the blade, it's going to slice really good. So, like I said, this is going to be a heck of a work knife. Next is one more KUBEY, the KU324. KUBEY KU324, which is... it's a pretty good looking knife. So I've seen this one around, but I've never gotten to try it. And you'd think I would have, because it is, you know, a good looking style. Now, obviously, it's going to come in many, many different color options. This is the JG10. Not a fan of the JG10, but beautiful drop point blade. Phenomenal access to the lock bar. Great detent on this front flipper. And the front flipper has good jimping on it. Goes all the way up to the very top. Gotta love that. And the whole deployment is easy to access. You can basically reverse fleet with just about any finger, even left-handed. So, and it does have a reversible deep carry clip. And the steel liner, again, you know, just like the Avenger, nice and thick steel liners. Now this one, I'm not a fan. The choil, yeah, the choil could be a lot better. It could be a little bit better. However, they did a good job on this one. And I will say you could always cut your own in on this one or this one, but this one is done very well. Starts here, ends here. You have plenty of life to sharpen off, and it's nice and comfortable in the hand. This is going to work great as a tool. But these are just first impressions. I'm just checking them out, you know, really quick. Negatives as far as these two go. Like I said, the sharpen tool and plunge grind on this one could be a little bit better. It's not horrifying, but it could be better. Other than that, I really don't have any negatives, to be honest. Everything's done very well on these. They have T8 hardware all the way around. I believe even maybe possibly a T10 pivot, but D2 steel. Oh, I do want to say something. Tomorrow, there will be a big sale on KUBEY. So if you're looking at these, or maybe a bunch of other ones that KUBEY has, just wait, because tomorrow I'm going to post a video with a discount, and it's an amazing discount on a bunch of different models. So watch out for that. Anyways, there you guys go. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.